Now, the rental tuxedo has always been the awkward uniform of life's milestones, but now the business is in trouble. Bloomberg Businessweek reporter Kyle Stock has been looking into all this. And Kyle, got to find out, is this an issue having to do specifically with millennial men, that younger cohort, or is there something more at work here?
That's a bit of it. That's a bit of it. There's the wedding rate in this country, the marriage rate is down almost a third in the past 25 years. So last year, 7 out of every 1,000 people walked down the aisle, and that's low. So that's
7 out of every 1,000.
Right.
All right. So fewer weddings means fewer black tie events, fewer tuxedos. All right. So the wedding issue.
Also, they're getting more casual. So 6% of weddings last year were on a farm. And that's, you know, you're wearing seersucker, you're wearing chambray, maybe you're wearing overalls, I don't know.
I was going to say overalls, but you're not wearing a tuxedo with patent leather shoes on a farm.
Right.
So you've got a change in venue and a change in marriage habits.
Right.
So what's been the response? I mean, the whole idea of being able to rent these things, rent a tuxedo, was something you kind of did as you got older.
Yeah, yeah. And Men's Wearhouse just said their rental tux business, which is huge, dropped by about 3% last quarter. They don't expect it to come around very quickly. They say that's sort of a systemic thing. But it's also been a hugely lucrative business, so the margin on this thing is 80 to 85%, which also means that there's a lot of room for disruption, which is what's happening. So the buy versus borrow equation is getting different. So you have direct-to-consumer companies like the Black Tux and Menguin that are actually reaching these guys and saying, hey, this is an investment. You don't need to rent it and be uncomfortable and have it not fit very well.
And they're targeting the very same audience that would normally go and rent a tuxedo. So these millennial men, they're going out and they're buying them because, what, the price point is such that they can get it for something less than they could in
the price point is such, they're no longer as sort of confused and desperate about the transaction, and they're also renting them online and getting them made to sort of more custom fit.
And how about Kyle Stock? I mean, do you have a tuxedo in your closet somewhere?
I invested a few years ago, yeah, and it's probably time to get something a little
better. And do you know how many
fitted.
times you've actually worn it since you purchased it?
I think I've depreciated it, yeah.
Yeah?
Probably 8 or 9 times, 10 times, something like that.
Now,
once a year.
And did you buy it or directly?
I bought it.
You bought it directly?
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, you're
Halloween was rough on it, though.
Halloween?
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that later on. All right, well done.